So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So it's time for the Summoner job quest. And I said I would probably do it in one go, but I'm so crunched for time that it may be splayed across several days and edited together, and we will see. But let us talk to Thurbagream. Austerities of Flame. Acting Guildmaster Thurbagream has news of a task which might interest you. Greetings, it's well you have come, for we have an intriguing matter to discuss. A request has come to our guild from the Sons of St. Cognac, an organization of some of the finest minds of Eorzea, and they have asked for you by name. It appears that the research the Sons are currently conducting would benefit from the assistance of an Arcanist, specifically one who has had the tempering experience of defeating the Primal Ifrit. Though I must admit to some curiosity as to how these scholars knew of the extent of your heroic exploits, I suppose the source of their knowledge is of little relevance. If you would answer this request, then you will find your conduct a researcher by the name of Ymhirta at Apaku Falls in the nation of Gridania. Okay. That is up by the waterfall. Which is probably such an awful place for a quest. Because there's nothing close to it. Yeah, it's a hike. Oops. I take even the wrong crystal then. Yeah, I don't know which is quicker, the amphitheater or the Lancers. Lancers is more straightforward, but still. Screw this job placement. I did do a little bit of this one in my first dabbling of Final Fantasy XIV. I don't remember much of it though. I was kind of exhausted, like I said, in going through a lot at the time. I only got about halfway through Scholar my first time. This is my first time completing it fully, but I don't entirely remember this one either. You're Bryn Nightmare, I presume. Well met, and thank you for coming. My name, as you have obviously surmised, is Ymhirta. I'm a member of the Sons of St. Cognac. Ours is a Sharlayan order that seeks the lost knowledge of the Allagan Empire. And in that regard, we have recently made a singularly important discovery at our dig site in Mordona. So how are the Sharlayans? Is this a little poorly timed, considering what's transpired in MSQ so far? We salvaged from the ruins a set of ancient texts describing the existence of a sect of Allagan mages known as Summoners. These were arcane practitioners said to have the ability to siphon the essence of the primals and manifest the stolen energy as a biddable ally known as the Agi. Should we succeed in resurrecting such arts, then we might well hold on our hands the power to bring this age of conflict to an end. There is, however, as always, must be one monumental obstacle to realizing this reality. In order to manifest those obedient incarnations of the Beastman's savage deities, one must first defeat a primal and capture its etheric essence, so primals for me, but not for thee. Thus, only one who can boast such a daunting achievement under their belt may even begin the path to becoming a summoner. Do you understand now why I called upon you? If you wish to contribute to my research, then come to me in the west of Bygrat Strike, in southern Thanalan. There we shall conduct a ritual of summoning, the Austerities of Flame. Also, yeah, really quick, I don't know where I got this. It's a cute little Moogle pop-up book. I don't think I could wield it as a, scholar. Look at it, it's so cute! When did I get this? And it makes the Kingdom Heart Moogle sounds whenever I mess with it. As you suppose, you might say I focus on ancient history. My colleagues and I seek to piece together the lost knowledge and technology of the long-buried Allagan Empire. Due to a number of fascinating finds, it is in the ruins of Mordona that presently command the bulk of our attention. I'm here to undertake up some preliminary research. The tales my sister wove of the wild realm of Eorzea were what first encouraged me to visit, but beyond that initial curiosity, there is much in this land to interest an avid scholar. So I think we go... that's not entirely where Ifrit was. I don't think. thought you only got the Moogle weapons from the Expert Moogle raid, though. Maybe I did a hard raid and got something out of it. I don't know. Yeah, me too, girl. It's hot. It's hot out here. Greetings to you once more. I had a feeling this unique opportunity would be nigh impossible for you to ignore. Let us proceed directly to the ritual, shall we? According to the records we recovered, the summoners of old would perform these rites in a land which the naturally dominant element manifested the aspects of the avatar they wished to call forth. Only in such a place might one sufficiently shift one's etheric balance in the desired direction. The element of fire is especially strong here in the Sigoli Desert. I can think of a land no more fitting in which to summon an incarnation of the Lord of Inferno. Before we begin, I must insist that you accept this gem. It may appear of little worth, but within its faceted depths dwell the memories of long-deceased summoners. Now you must focus. Visualize the aether flowing through you, a vibrant current of energy transferring into a living fire. Hold this image in your mind, and the raging heat of your life force shall spawn an eggy wreathed in flames. Be aware, however, that this nascent entity will appear before you unbound and hostile. It is your charge to overpower the avatar and establish yourself as its master. The path of the summoner is not if fraught with peril. That was something in 11.2. You actually had to find the summons with your assistance of Carbuncle and earn them. Itty bitty if we. Oh right, Ruin 2 in this form actually takes time to cast, which is weird. Can I Aether Charge? Why can't I Aether Charge? Probably because I'm synced too low. Oh wait, no, it's because my Carbuncle's not out. The Freed Eggy has summoned spirits to do its biddings. Be careful they do not surround you. I'm dumb, I totally forgot. Crimson Nail, just like with regular Ifrit. You must shatter the Crimson Nails, they amplify the Eggy's powers. Oh, you're a white mage. I'm so used to Ruin 2 not having a charge timer. Most impressive. The Fireborn Aegis has submitted to your will. You have mastered the austerities of flame, and that is no small feat. Pray let us return to Apakalu Falls that we might further discuss your achievement. Yeah, I'm still technically an Arcanist. So when I become summoners, I believe the entities I summon are going to replace my Carbuncle. Sorry, Carby. You're being phased out. But yeah, how come I can summon manifestations of them and they not be harmful? I suppose they wouldn't be harmful to me, but what about everybody else? Maybe if they're under me, under my command, it's safe? But I don't think they're necessarily the same things as actually, like, summoning a Freet. This is truly a momentous occasion. You have rescued the lost art of summoning from the grasping mire of forgotten history. Or as I've seen people put it, you know, some people might find this in poor taste if they have a loved one's name written in the umbral calamity. But you must know more about the avatar you have bound. In the ancient tongue of the Elegant Empire, it was known as Ifrit Eggy, where Eggy translates approximately to pure, or the essence of. In short, you obtained a willful manifestation of Ifrit's raging flames. As you might expect from an entity born of the Lord of Inferno, this avatar and its capacity for destruction should serve you well in your battles to come, because this is a DPS class instead of a healer class. With such an ally at your command, it's not too soon to take it upon yourself the title of Summoner. You've proven yourself more than worthy of the soul crystal you now possess. Yet, be that as it may, the road before you is long and arduous. If you would triumph in this age of conflict, you must needs master more than just the Aggie of fire. I suggest you fix your gaze upon claiming a servant of unyielding stone. You have once seized victory against the Primal Titan, did you not? Though I admit I am eager to progress directly to the austerities of Earth, we must be careful not to overtax your reservoirs of strength. Rest well, and spend some time to grow accustomed to your newfound abilities. Once you feel prepared to continue with our history research, you will find me here awaiting your arrival with barely constrained impatience. Okay, so we get the soul of the summoner. Upon the surface of this multi-aspected crystal are carved a myriad of deeds of summoners from eras past. Which means I am not the first. Yep. Summon a Freet and orders it to execute Burning Strike. Rushes forward and deals fire damage with a potency of 500. Yeah, Ruby, Summoning Mastery. Upgrade Summon Ruby to Summon Ifrit. Yep, our Carbunky's getting phased out. Sorry, buddy. You cute, but... Gain 2 stacks of Fire Attunement. Gem Shine, Precious Brilliance has become Fire Aspected. Basically, it's Carbuncle, Fire Carbuncle, but new and improved. Fire Carbuncle 2, Electric Boogaloo. Summoner unlocked. You learn how to summon a free Diggy. Okay, gotta attach the soul crystal. Transfer. Do not mess up my grid. And now we have the summoner gauge. The trance gauge indicates time remaining for the effects of Aether Charge. It's the same as before, I think. Same goes for the Aether Flow. This didn't change at all. So it's the same idea, it's just we're upgrading it. Authorities of Earth. Titan's essence influence your aura. I foresee no further obstacles preventing us from attempting the next ritual. Shall we proceed with the austerities of Earth? I have every confidence that you shall succeed in binding Titan Aggie to your will. According to my research, the most suitable location for the ritual is a place found to the southwest of Alder Springs in the North Shroud. A heretofore buried layer of ancient rock exposed by the violent upheavals of the calamity has lent the surrounding area an overwhelming earthen aspect. The conditions will be perfect. I will await you at your destination. Okay. So let's go into the list. Add Summoner. And now we can delete Arcanist. Because it was a beginner class. And you never go back to your beginner classes. There's no reason to. Dang it. Hello. How much mead have you taken before flying your chocobo? None. I know my tone of voice is not convincing, but all I have is tea. The ritual you are about to perform is essentially no different from the austerities of flame. Instead of fire, however, you will be concentrating on shifting your etheric balance towards the spectrum of Earth. Once you've achieved the required state of earthen affinity, the primal captured essence will tumble forth and coalesce into the stony form of Titan Aggie. As before, you must demonstrate unflinching authority if you would convince the newborn avatar to heed your commands. Let us begin. Wound. Okay, I think I still have to summon Carbuncle, technically. But now I can kind of just do my usual and go to town. summoned allies of Earth. Now I can summon Ifrit, though. So yeah, now it becomes this instead. I don't know if Earth will do anything. Time to find out. Yeah. Maybe because it's not actually aspected anymore. I don't think it is anyway, or if it is, it doesn't matter, like, at all. Is that Moraine Golem part of this? Oh yeah, I guess it is. Oh, well done, Bren. That would be a stray ruin spell. I come in search of Allegan relics, and what do I find but a pair of incompetent dabblers? By what jest of fate did you chance across such undeserved power? And who might you be, sir, to so boldly question our accomplishments? If you have indeed unlocked the secrets of summoning, then you must be in possession of the very treasure I seek. How terribly convenient. I need only slay you both and take what I need from your bloody corpses. Looks like you already have it? Gods below, a summoner, but how? Indeed, how? Cease your infantile prattle. The continuation of my divine work far outweighs the worth of your pitiful lives. I love that my stupid book makes Kupo noises in the middle of an intense cutscene. Defend yourself. His words are no mere empty threat. What do I go after first, though? Oh, dumbass was already charged. Should I go after first? You think to stand against me, foolish bravado, but you will burn nonetheless. I didn't even hardly hit you. Why do you struggle so? Your unwillingness to accept oblivion but delays the inevitable. Okay, Ansem. Heed me, Avatar of Eternal Flame. Incinerate these fools in all-consuming hellfire. What? Yeah, I have 2 Pokemon, man. Feel nature's fury, you vile blackguard! I tire of this childish game. Thank your gods for granting you another day of miserable existence. He's gone. What a decidedly unpleasant fellow. Yeah, seriously, what were you even after? I just attuned myself to hear. It's not like you can steal them from me. We both had the same summons, idiot. Well, I suggest we return to Apakalu Falls. I have no desire to linger here and chance another encounter with whoever that deranged mage was. Okay, but can you, like, stand in a different spot? There really does need to be a crystal, like, right where she's standing. Did they forget one? Every other quest gets one, or is nearby one. I must say, I did not expect to meet another practitioner of the summoning arts. And I also did not expect to be suddenly fighting for my life. What precious treasure do we carry that this callous stranger was so willing to kill us to possess it? Such mysteries aside, I'm most glad you were able to secure Titan Eggy before the summoner decided to unleash his fiery avatar. Without its protection, I doubt we would have survived that conflagration. The Egg of Earth, as was so aptly demonstrated, is not a force to be trifled with. You should certainly take the time to explore its capabilities, as well as its limitations. Be careful, however, not to neglect other magics at your disposal. Meanwhile, I shall confer with my colleagues in the Sons of St. Coniach, and see what I might learn from the hostile summoner. We shall meet anon. There we go. Carbuncle becomes Titan. Why won't it let me? Hello? How fared you with your training? For my part, I had some success in uncovering the identity of our mystery attacker. We knew that our assailant was capable of summoning Ifritegi, so I perused the records of past expeditions for those who claimed to have triumphed against the Lord of Inferno. Of those victorious primal hunters, there were 8 names listed as present whereabouts unknown. After eliminating unlikely candidates based on race and gender, I was left with but a single name, Tristan. Assuming the records are accurate, this hero was once registered as a soldier in the Immortal Flames. As to how the man came by his skills as a summoner, or why he sought to kill us, however, I remain woefully ignorant. Nevertheless, I have witnessed him use the art of summoning for casual brutality, and that I cannot countenance. This power should never be employed for the sake of tyranny or personal gain, which is exactly what I'm using for, personal gain. It was meant to oppose such evils. It's our responsibility to bring this Tristan to justice. Should we stand idle, his reprehensible actions could very well stain the good name and future of the summoners who have yet to answer their calling. The art itself could be outlawed, the very mention of it taboo. Probably is already, seeing as it probably traumatizes a lot of people. Now, throughout my inquiries, I was able to determine that a war comrade from Tristan's days in the military resides in Little Alamigo. I ask that you pay a visit to this former soldier and learn what he knows of our callous villain. He's probably Alamigan. Just like everyone else is like, oh, hey, finally a scrap of power to, like, free me from my shackles of slavery. Up or down? Hello? There. Well, seems like Tristan wasn't telling tall tales after all. He said I could expect some primal-addled sod to show up and start asking questions. Why don't you stay here and play with some friends of mine? I have a message to deliver. They're all yours, ladies. Maybe you should have hired better help. Oh, here's another one. Didn't see you there. Did you even spawn in right? Did you really think that they would help us? Truly. Winixels fly, sweetie. Back this way again. I hate running back this way again. It really grates on my nerves and wears down my shoes. You were set upon. The fiend is one step ahead of us. I'd wager 10 years of dig site findings that Tristan warned his old allies long before you set foot in the settlement. They thought you one of the tempered, a mortal in thrall to a primal's will. No, I think they just don't like me. In addition to being ruthless, it appears that our opponent is highly intelligent, and not quite as deranged as I first assumed. Such a level of planning hints at the existence of some greater scheme, but that is still all we know. For the moment, we must be content with the knowledge that he perceives us as a threat, and is aware of our efforts to track him. Speaking of which, you did exceedingly well to survive the trap into which I blithely sent you. I must apologize for my carelessness. Yeah, I have a strategist you might like to talk to. I will not underestimate this man again. On a happier note, however, my efforts to decipher the elegant text proceed apace. Here, you must read this. With your skills already tried and tested against the Eggy, you should have little difficulty in mastering a secondary summoning technique such as this. Let us put today's disaster behind us and focus on the wonders that lie ahead. We get Pain Flare. Deals unaspected damage with a potency of 150 to a target and all enemies nearby it. Oh, so it's an AoE ruin. We have something similar as Scholar. So this might be like that too. Though I don't know if it's any good. There we go. Oh, right, I have one of these that I can now to target and all enemies by it. Unaspected damage. What's the difference then? Precious Brilliance, Pain Flare. Aether Flow Gauge. Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, we already have Outburst, which does AoE damage. It won't let me test it. Greetings. Though it's good to see you, I'm afraid I have yet to ascertain Tristan's ultimate objective. I only know that he is cunning and brutal, and will stop at nothing to achieve his purpose. As matters stand, we but chase after this man's shadow. Such a straightforward pursuit will, I believe, leave us ever one step behind. Our sole advantage is the treasure we possess that Tristan appears to covet. Eventually, his desire will bring him to us. Where and when Tristan will strike, I cannot say, but it is unlikely to be on a field of our choosing. Thus I suggest we prepare for this inevitable conflict as best we may. As fortune would have it, thus ruins of Mordona may have provided us with a new source of strength. Word among the suns that a set of Evoker's attire has been unearthed. Evokers are summoners in some Final Fantasy games. Made during the reign of the Allegan Empire, these enchanted garments were soon for the exclusive use of summoners. I can only imagine the degree to which they will enhance your already impressive powers. The man supervising this excavation efforts at St. Coniach's find, Ramboros, is a dear friend of mine. In light of our circumstances, I'm certain that he will consent to a request that you be allowed to don the attire. Shall we pay him a visit? I'm pretty sure we've met. He has been with me on my Crystal Spire journey. I got it. I hate that it's always tied to the map when you first come in somewhere. I wonder if people who play with controller just almost never have the map open, because it's too much of a pain in the ass. Yep, you're who I was thinking of. Ah, Ymirta, I suspected you would make an appearance before long, and I presume this person is the new summoner I've heard so much about? We've met, sir. Yes, hopefully the first of many. Now pray tell me, Ramboros, has the discovery of Allegan Evoker's attire been confirmed? It has. Truly a historical find. I wonder if his dialogue towards you would have been different had I already gotten Summoner before I went into the Crystal Tower. Then I would ask a boon of you, my friend. You recall the predicament of which I spoke. Our chances of survival would be greatly improved if you would consider allowing Bren to wear the Allegan garments. Well, they are a summoner after all. and I must confess to no small degree of scholarly curiosity as to the effect of the attire will have on one with the appropriate training. These finds are, however, the result of much sweat and even a few tears on the part of our excavation team. 'Tis a frustrating task at times, and I fear they will loathe to part with the garments without some measure of recompense for their efforts. Allow me, though, to offer a solution. Metallic monstrosities of elegant construction known as mirror knights have risen from the dig sites scattered across Mordona. Needless to say, they pose a dangerous threat to our excavators. I suggest you speak with my 3 field researchers and dispose of any such nasty hindrances to their work. I dare say they will then gladly surrender the pieces of attire that they hold. Once I have confirmed our dig sites suitably empty of armored horrors, I will see you rewarded with the garment that I myself recovered from the ruins. Right there. A mirror knight lurks just over yonder. I can scarce think straight with that thing wandering about. Oh god, it approaches. These are normally in Thanalan. You have my thanks. Now I might finally be able to concentrate on my tasks. If I'm not mistaken, you were in search of the Evoker's attire? I have one of its wondrous pieces right here. You're most welcome to it. Pants. Time to, oops, knock my mouse off the desk. Good thing it's corded. Time to ruin my attire, is what I was trying to say. 25, 25, 29. Okay. We should be able to look pantsless. Praise the gods. Rambro said an adventurer would be along. You must destroy that horrid construction. Oh, damn it, didn't mean that. Thank you for eliminating the source of my recent nightmares. I do not ordinarily stutter so, you see, but abject terror has this effect on folk. Now I hear from Ymirta that you've need for the elegant garment. I should be glad to see it put to practical use rather than shut away in some dusty vault. Gloves. Like I said, I know they're worse, but for the quest. Mirror Knights, yes, they've become quite bothersome. I would be most appreciative were you to eliminate the creaking pest that has been plaguing me of late. Yeah, see, I used to be able to kill it in 3 hits. Now it takes me a few more. Oh, right, I gotta talk to you first. Fascinating. I never thought I would be fortunate enough to observe a conflict against an elegant construction at such close quarters. This has been a deeply enriching experience. If the price is to be a piece of Topoker's attire, then so be it. Yeah, even when you boot up this game anymore, it's like, be aware of scams in the chat and free companies, because I guess it's just so bad anymore. Okay, Tozy Wozies. 2 Evoker's boots. Ah, the champion of my research returns. With the ruins now free of mirror knights, the excavations can proceed at a far more satisfying pace. Trembling in fear for one's life makes it astonishingly difficult to handle ancient artifacts that have a tendency to crumble into dust. You've performed a valuable duty for us. As promised, you shall have the summoner's garment uncovered by my own hand as your reward. Ah, yes, Ymirta mentioned that she awaits you at Apocalypse Falls. It seems that there was no doubt in her mind that you would succeed here. again. Like I said, there's no leveling in between, so I expect this to be done relatively quickly. And I would stream, but it's hot AF and I need to take breaks in between, lest I get heat exhaustion from being in this room too long. So, this was how the summoners of old were clad. Well, more or less. It's unfortunate that the ruins have yet to surrender the final piece of the to the Suns. Frick. These garments, aside from the coloring, they're identical to the garb Tristan wore. He will find no edge against you through his equipment. When next you face that murderous cad, victory will be decided purely by who is more talented a summoner. To that end, it's time you drew on your experience of defeating the primal Garuda. Yes, her aura of fickle violence is as palpable upon you. It's daunting to imagine an Agi born of the Lady of the Vortex. Such unpredictable ferocity should serve you well. I will search for a suitably airy location in which to perform the austerities of wind. You, my dear summoner, must needs prepare your body and mind for the trials ahead. I shall be waiting. I sense Garuda's essence railing within the confines of your etheric channels. It's time we granted it release with the austerities of wind. Thankfully, I already have a mind location that suits our elemental purposes. You're familiar with the flying city of Nim in Outer Lenosha? Yeah, I was there for other quests. As you might imagine, the aspect of wind is entirely dominant in the area of those suspended isles. Pray make your way there as soon as you feel prepared. I'm quite excited to see this new Agi. Yeah, it's over in Kobold territory. We went there with our fairy. Shall we begin? I assume that this is your third such experience. You have by now grown familiar with the steps of the ritual. Thus as before, I will help you concentrate on shifting your etheric balance. Imagine the energy within you howling through your veins, an incessant gale of screeching wrath. Garuda's essence will only be too eager to harness those raging currents and shape them into a worldly avatar. Once Garuda Agi has appeared, it falls to you to tame its fury. Now she is in form of chicken nugget. I shrank you once before, and I shrank you again. Let's aim it over here so I don't accidentally hit my healer. So I'm technically tanking. Beware the Avatar's feathers. Don't worry, I've dealt with these before. Can I AoE these? Oh, this has a charge timer? They won't hold still. He's got mini Garudas. But yeah, really quick. This is Outburst. I kind of hate that tapping doesn't cycle through my normal bar on Summoner or Scholar, and it goes right to the pet bar. I kind of wish there was a way to disable the pet bar. Because it kind of just gets in the way. It makes it hard to quick tap. Masterfully done. Garuda Agi's power is now yours to wield. Your aptitude for the art of summoning has exceeded my highest expectations. I honestly could not have found a more valuable partner for my research. Let us return to Apakalu Falls. I'm sure you must be exhausted after this ordeal. Sweetie, you have no idea how much Final Fantasy I have recorded today. I am very tired. But if I get this done, all that remains is MSQ and relic weapons. And I'm willing to come back to relic weapons. I mean, immediately post ARR is probably when everybody else did their things too, so. With the addition of the Garuda Agi, you now command 3 powerful avatars. As you have no doubt realized, however, each of these entities has a particular role of which it excels. For Garuda Agi, that role is unleashing magic to strike down distant foes. I must admit to feeling equal parts joy and apprehension at how faithfully the summoned being displays the original Primal's volatile disposition. Experiment with your Agi allies, and the most effective use of their individual abilities will soon become clear. With such mastery of the art at your disposal, I shall almost pity Tristan when he next chooses to confront you. Before that time comes, however, I will endeavor to pierce the mystery of his motivations. May your discoveries bring you new confidence, Bren. And upgrade green carbuncle to green chicken nugget. So now we have nuggets, pebbles, and toast. Primal burdens. Oh, this is the last part. Oh my gosh. It went by so much faster. Bren, there's been a terrible accident. Maybe it's just a shorter quest too. My poor colleagues at St. Cognac is fined. Murdered. The reports are confused, but they all mention the same black-robed attacker. You know as well as I do that Tristan is behind the massacre. He has indeed grown bold, or desperate to commit such a brazen act. We should set off to Mordona at once to speak with any survivors. It may be that we can glean some ideas of what the cold-hearted monster was after, or where he might strike next. We must stop him. Yeah, you guys cannot catch a break, can you? Every time I hear word of this school, people are dying. And yet, all the people we know will be just fine because plot armor. Yes, I'm absolutely certain. It was the same Dark Summoner whom Ymirta described to us. We were celebrating a recent find, the Soul Crystal of the Allegan Summoner, when a man in black robes suddenly appeared and demanded we surrender the gem. Shouldn't he already have one if he can summon a free? Naturally, we objected to this arrogant imposition, but he simply sneered at our refusal. The next moment the world exploded into flame. Though a haze of agony, I saw him snatch up the soul crystal from the smoldering body and stride off towards the singing shards. That bastard slaughtered my friends. There was no warning, no negotiation. If the gods grant you the chance to exact vengeance, then I pray you show him the same mercy he afforded us. Another soul crystal. It makes sense that he would shift his attention to more easily obtainable a gem. After your progress, you would now make for a most formidable opponent. I must apologize for not sharing my theory earlier. I suspected that Tristan might desire the soul crystal you carry, but does not wish to draw any premature conclusions without sufficient evidence. I'm at a loss, however, to explain why he seeks to collect more of these Allegan relics. We shall have to ask the villain himself after we corner him in the Singing Shards. Let us be on our way. Gotta go fast. Sorry, but I'm not responding to any messages if I'm in the middle of recording. Yes. Proceed. Ooh. Canceled out my window there for a second. Oh, you two are working together. I've brought you the soul crystals, as promised. Yes, these appear to be authentic Allegan artifacts. Is he going to destroy them? Very well, I shall honor our bargain. From within these gems I will draw forth the memories of the ancient summoners, and the slumbering essence of an elder primal. All the attendant knowledge and power shall be yours. Oh gods, the pain. And yet, he seems to enjoy it. You may be a masochist, sir. Ah, the bumbling summoner and their incompetent lackey make an appearance at last. You think to capture me? Fools, I have orchestrated your every move. You have grown much in the art, it is true, but through the wisdom of the Paragons, I now command the power of an elder primal. You made a deal with the Paragons, and you call us fools. The Ascians will never relinquish their hold on you. I feel like this is supposed to come much later or something, with additional context. Small price to pay. If you could but feel the strength that fills my entire being, it is indescribable. I will use this power to annihilate the beast tribes, and put an end to their insufferable rituals once and for all. The primals will rise no more. Hear me, demon king of devouring flame. Feed on my ever-burning anguish, and be reborn. The culmination of my sacred duty is at hand. But first, there is one more soul crystal that must be mine. I will tolerate its wasted potential no longer. Darky Freed? Final Fantasy X reference? That makes me wonder if they do have Dark Aeons or the equivalent. Yeah, I wonder if I should go after him or the Primal. Belias, I must have it all. Oh, wait, no, this is Belias. Belias is a summon in Final Fantasy XII, though it is fire aspected. I don't really know that much about it because literally the only time I used Belias in 12 was to open a puzzle door. I didn't really use summons when I did the PS2 version of 12. Though maybe they balanced it a little bit better in the Zodiac remake. I don't think it's power. He absorbed the Aegis power. I forget I don't have a bio spell. That's on Scholar only. Looks like he got hit with his own meteor. By all the memories of summoners past, I should have been unstoppable. I will sear the disease of beastmen from the face of the land. Deprived of worshippers, the primal that tempered my weak-willed sibling will wither into oblivion. So, I see my order's records were accurate. You lost a family member. Though it was buried deep in the archives, I but recently uncovered a report that described how you slew your own brother. He was corrupted during your ill-fated encounter with the Freet, was he not? I imagine your superiors in the Immortal Flames thought it a mercy to conceal that inglorious detail. Once the soft-headed fool had been tempered, there was no saving him. And thus I took it upon myself to expunge the stain of embarrassment. But my work is left undone. The primal, no, all primals, must suffer for that insult. After I killed my brother, I found myself liberated, my vision clear. No deed was too vile if it promised to add the power I required. How could you not see? I am the sword of vengeance, and I shall wrest that soul crystal from your blasted corpse. But then who is Belial? Like, what primal is he? Comparatively. Like how Ifrit is for the Emulja. Who does Belial go to? And he couldn't contain the power and burn himself to ash instead. Because I'm pretty sure this is the final quest. I wonder which struck the first blow to his sanity, the despair at his brother's tempering, or the guilt from slaying his own kin. It's ironic to think that, discounting the means, our purposes were fundamentally one and the same. A summoner employs the savagery of the primals to conquer the primals themselves. Had Tristan approached us as an ally, we might have found ourselves aiding in his cause. Alas, he chose to walk the path of bloodshed. Each vicious act must have pushed the man deeper into madness, until eventually the lust for power and vengeance was all that drove him. The might of the primals carries with it a burden of responsibility, and a measure of danger. I hope to never see you corrupted by the potent energies you wield, Bren. Don't worry, I have the echo. It's time we return to Apakalu Falls. The Dark Summoner is no more. One final time, I think. Do I have the headgear? I think I should have headgear at this point, shouldn't I? I'll get out of here first. Am I going to the right place? I can never tell. Yeah. Waste my run time. Go. As soon as it wears off and I need to catch my breath. Yeah, I actually do have the horn already. It looks dumb. Summoners in Final Fantasy games have a tendency to have horns for whatever reason. Making us literal dickheads. But, in some cases the horns are quite literal. So, in Final Fantasy IX, for example, summoners literally have a physical horn on their head, like they're born with it, but for some reason I never really understood the attire for other summoners. Oh, how I'd love to declare our troubles an end, but I fear the Ascian with whom Tristan made its bargain is yet afoot. The so-called paragons, they prey upon men and women who are at their weakest, speaking honeyed words and lead them down a road to destruction. So what the heck happened to, oh god, Thancred. In this manner, they seek to plunge the realm of Eorzea into chaos. It is reassuring to know that heroes like you exist to foil their never-ending schemes and foul plots. An outright war against the Ascians looms closer day by day. Thus... What do you mean day by day? We're in it. Thus, would I have you armor yourself with the last piece of the Evoker's attire. It was discovered at the same dig site where Tristan seized the Soul Crystal, and St. Coniach's fine researchers, grateful to your actions in bringing the murderous summoner to justice, insisted that you complete your set. One can never be over-prepared when heading into battle against a paragon. Wear it proudly. For about 5 seconds because it's outdated AF. Speaking of preparations, were you aware of the deeper layer of power hidden within your avatars? A technique exists that allows you to tap into the full potential of your Egi. You must have seen Tristan employ this ability. Yes, and then he exploded. During the final battle with the Dark Summoner, you would have heard a whisper emanating from the Soul Crystal. Still your mind now, and you will hear the voice of the ancient summoners instructing you in their greatest achievement. The true power of the Egi will be yours. Okay. Enkindle. Enhances the signature attack of summoners, upgrading Ifrit's Burning Strike to Inferno, Titan's Rockbuster to Earth and Fury, and Garuda's Aerial Slash to Aerial Blast. It says it's a trait, which makes me think it's automatic. So maybe they just all do more damage. This concludes the Summoner quest for Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Complete the main scenario quest before the dawn. There we go. That was the last job quest, lads. We did it. There we go. Here's Summoner's attire. I like most of the outfit. I could do without the horn. Yeah. But there we go. All done. Classes complete. We may be dismissed. Oh my god. So there we go. Dark Knight, Gunbreaker, Astrologian, Sage, Machinist, Dancer, Samurai Reaper, Red Mage, and Blue Mage will all be in future expansions. I'm not going to do them right now. I will get them started in their respective expansions so that I don't overburden myself, and because, quite frankly, they're going to change classes with the upcoming patch in a few days anyways. Meaning I'm going to have to relearn everything, which I guess is really common for Summoner. I guess it's one of those classes that every patch gets mega tweaked to the point that some people joke that it's probably going to be a tank class eventually. Not really, but like how much it's changed. So we'll see going forward, but it's good to have that done. That means all that's left are the relic weapons and MSQ. So look forward to more MSQ coming to you soon. As well as, I think this is a good time to mention, since I've finished summons, it may be the best time to release something a little bit different in between. So with that, this is where I'm gonna call it. Next video might be a little different since it's already been recorded, but I hope you look forward to it nonetheless, since it's a little summon related. But for now, thank you to everyone who has joined. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV content. We're almost done with A Realm Reborn, and I hope to see you all in the future. Bye-bye!